It all started when Teresi was a young girl. Back in the days when she was young, girls were not allowed to associate with boys in their culture, and it was a taboo for a woman to be found together with a man. Teresia followed this principle of the time, but on a personal level, she actually never developed any feelings for a man.
Ashe for me mama kwaba ediba Spade TV so Kasapreko unity in diversity ene trending news ne de eye ni je san so kra sa ya nwanwade ene se ye nyina ya ma mepani owo Kenya 123 ohu be ma mfa no ho nkan no da asem we die chese eni je na san so yesre papa ansa na mede asem we nkyire mu pa bebro no yenkwaji aboafo nkrato every Sambes healthcare se wo ko honam ni yarewa pa de a mekanfo medicated powder and medicated ointment no edema herbal balm no so de ahotutuo bibia hono anas wapo no aposo eye wo ya fa ni nyina asrasra so.
Hello, abusiafo. But Sunburst medicated powder. Now on your form. Hey, say when a man in swans one yes, see, never good out at all. About cock, I'm a what so.
Or don't.
It's what now I'm why you say a crow. Sakakarere, a yam, a crow, a juniper de aboso, and nunye, Sunburst medicated ointment, a wow.
My possum, to me.
Who when Pedro be onia meant na home man na me enwu wani maase what posso complaining na et so betcha koto Sunburst herbal balm ye from mama Sunburst products edutwem
Obenya Sunburst products our pharmacies any herbal shops name to phone friend 0551 907 393 FDA agidwadi nkra atuya tum
Me mama kwaba senye medi nka ti ho kire mo no ye mama pani anyame ato ne nkwannem na ne mfie ewo 123 years ye friend Teresa Nyiraka Jumba a o Kenya na we no na obi san ka onkoje Guinness Book of Record enso akoyesa Hilda Basi de no no obi nso e compete ye mama Branyas Maria a ono so ye Spanish ni 1907 and ye wo no nso eye virgin akosi 116 years eno ne de o haw bi animo ne wo haw na wo no say ye maame Teresa a sisi o 123 no o still na no oguso e twen ne missing rib oguso twen the rightful owner of her body na asem we no ehun foni kakra eyi wa bra Kenya fo ko ni fie ekọ interview ni twa ne dabrem ne na bibia mu ye nhwemra
go sukuwa ho kwanje mo busuma bukanje ntamugabonitis.
People often ask me about love and relationships and how I managed to reach this age without a boyfriend or a lover. Well, my story is a bit different.
Go senari na ye go kubo gusene kube go ndindisu hari kurero muri icyo gihe narabitekerezaga nkasanga ntajya kwishingira.
In the depth of profound solitude and overwhelming loneliness emerges an old woman whose life is steeped with misery, agony, and unfathomable pain.
Yewe nitwa Teresia Nyirakajumba.
Untouched by intimacy and covered in wrinkles, Teresia has never seen the nakedness of a man, and for 122 years she lives on with the unfulfilled desire, a defiant hope, and a courageous spirit of waiting that one day a man will emerge and embrace her soul.
Ubusanzwe uyu mukecuru twe twakuza ababyeyi bacu batubwira yuko ari umumama w'isugi atigeze abana n'umugabo.
Oh yeah, you heard me right. This woman here is 123 years old, and yes, she had never spent a night with the company of a man.
Cyokora kuri ubu ngubu mbega nanjye mwantera inkunga ako kagabo mukakambonera.
For years, she has patiently prepared herself for the profound connection with the man, hoping that one day she could fill the void in her heart. But despite her best efforts, fate has dealt her a cruel hand, leaving her without the love she has longed for and burdening her spirit with disappointment. Why is this woman still a virgin? And why is she still waiting for her soulmate? This is her incredible story. It's hard to believe, but on the first day of the last century, Teresi was born, and today she might be the oldest person alive. In a record held by Maria Brantas Morella, a Spanish woman who was born in 1907 and is now 116 years old as of May 2023. But despite her rare longevity, Teresia is not a happy woman, as she has never been satisfied by a man, a desire which she still craves for. In all my life, I never had a husband. I'm 123 years old. It's true that I'm a virgin at my age. If I had had a husband, maybe I would have some children, but I don't have any. It all started when Teresi was a young girl. Back in the days when she was young, girls were not allowed to associate with boys in their culture, and it was a taboo for a woman to be found together with a man. Teresia followed this principle of the time, but on a personal level, she actually never developed any feelings for a man and preferred to live alone despite her best efforts of her parents and friends who requested her to accept men and marry. I didn't want to engage with men. I had a strong fear for men, and that prevented me from any potential relationship throughout my youth. I would see men coming to my hometown, but I never developed love for someone. In her time when she was young, men used to propose to the parents of women, who would then inform their daughters to get married to a chosen man. When men proposed to her parents, she always turned down the proposals, waiting for the time she would feel ready for it. In our time, we would spend a long time weaving and doing other feminine works at home. We had to sit inside our parents' houses and help our mothers to do some domestic work while learning from them about how to treat a man well. After some time, men would show up and propose to our parents, who would then tell us about the pending marriage, and we read it ourselves. But in my case, I turned down many proposals because I didn't feel like I wanted to marry back then. Some of my friends were proposed by men and they were married. But for me, I never felt ready for that, and that's why I chose to wait until I was ready for it. At last, Teresi came to feel a growing need inside her to find someone to marry, but the ship had already sailed at her advanced age by that time, making it hard to attract young men. There was a time I started to develop some feelings for men, and I wished to have someone to spend my time with. By the time I developed such feelings, I was no longer a young woman who attracts men. I was old, and that played a role to restrict men from approaching me. At 123 years old, you might think that Teresi has given up on her quest to find her soulmate, but that is far from the truth, as the hunt for a man continues. Even up to now, Teresi is still hopeful to find her man, and she has refused to give up her hope. Of course, if I can find someone who is interested in me, I will not hesitate, because there's no woman who dislikes a caring man to comfort and care about her. If a man shows up, I would be ready to entertain the options. I know that my age is a big hindrance in my search for a man, but I have refused to give up until I find a good man who is willing to spend his time with me.
Hey, and some musician. Just a trending news so dear, I bring beer at some for. And Crawford 18 will be a grandpa Nancy, I could be 9 years, not just 9 years, no dear breaking virgin. Yeah, ma say, and yes, and not a man aquemo. Name on not or two almost said that. Na odina ho ofechi na ohwe ni mpokure sisi ne ne to agina so a na ye ne se we ya obey die onye mi taste ma me ntwe ni pa foforo sa na wa ya masisi a 123 afi na wo pe bema na wo krampo na sika wo mo ho na ye from sugar mommy for no kra wo bre wo mema ho na wo ase bi hwe wo da brem ene se ne wo bransa na wo didi hwe bia wo da po chese asefem etu e no ahwefo ye be friend sugar mommy ana se pepper money because we dey ano hye papa etene we ene ye de esom mo ye friend me sokode Spade TV ye wo social media platforms ni nyina Oko YouTube subscribe like na share na comment ye dwumadie ni nyina e Spade TV IG Facebook Twitter na TikTok nso ni nyina ye Spade TV ye be show follow ye na like na ye nya interactions wo ho medamase
Hello, abusiafo. But Sunburst medicated powder. Now on your form. Hey, say when a man in swans one yes see never good out at all. About cock I'm a what so. Or don't. It's what now I'm why you say a crow. Sakakarere, a yam, a crow, a juniper de aboso. And only Sunburst medicated ointment, a bebwa.
Maposu, Nihuna to me.
Who when Pedro be Onia, meant na home man when I'm out and who when the massy. What possible complaining na at so betra, Koto Sunburst herbal balm. You're from Mama Sunburst products, a duchum.
Obenya Sunburst products, our pharmacies, any herbal shops name. To phone friend 0551 907 393. FDA, I did get the